Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good morning, everyone.
Phil Penarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. Obviously, we're still out at the JW Marriott for the 2023 CEO Summit in West Michigan. We're being joined by Charles Lepper. He's the new president of the Grand Rapids Community College. Charles,
thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Very excited to get the chance to talk to you. We had Dr. Bohr on with Calvin University on earlier, so definitely going to be interesting to see how you two sort of agree on some issues and maybe even disagree on some things as far as higher education is concerned. But just getting started off, the CEO Summit is underway. What is sort of your first impressions? Being able to come down here and brush shoulders with a lot of the business leaders.
Well, this is my first CEO Summit. As you mentioned, I joined Grand Rapids Community College in January, and I'm a boomerang back to Grand Rapids. I lived here 25 years ago. And it's really exciting to just see the energy and the enthusiasm, the innovation, and the collaboration that takes place in this city. And the Chamber has been a warm welcome to me in helping to connect me with business leaders. And so I love the theme of resiliency, and I think that that's something every organization is thinking about, talking about, acting upon. And so I think to have this group of leaders together to have that conversation and to hear and to learn more is so vital.
Right. No, and I do want to get into that topic. Obviously, the theme of the CEO Summit this year is resiliency in business. I want to touch on that a little bit. But you obviously are the new president, relatively pretty new here at Grand Rapids Community College. What's sort of your what's it been like? Just kind of undertaking that position and really just helping out with GRCC.
Well, it really has been a dream come true, and I say that I'm a first-generation college graduate myself. Entered into higher education after being told by my assistant high school principal that I would never go to college. And so to have that honor and privilege to serve such a remarkable institution just really is a dream come true. And we have amazing faculty and staff who I've witnessed every day support our students in being successful. We have great business partnerships within the community. And many people, I would say, don't realize or recognize the national reputation that GRCC has for being innovative and for being a leader and for its work that it does in business development, supporting training and workforce development.
Right, and as I mentioned, we talked to Dr. Bohr with Calvin University a little bit earlier during these live discussions, and we touched a little bit on some of the issues that higher education is facing, and really the importance of having that not only experience and degree of having that higher education degree, but also experiencing what it's like to be in college. Kind of take us through sort of how you see it, from the community college perspective.
Well, I think in many ways, education is very much connected to resiliency, because often when we find ourselves in those situations where we're needing to be resilient, it's because something that's happened beyond our control or something that we've experienced. And coming through that resiliency process can often be connected with finding something new to do, finding a new purpose, coming back stronger and better, and that's part of what education does. And so I think from the challenges of a higher education standpoint, all of us are really facing enrollment challenges, whether you're a 2-year or 4-year institution, and particularly here in Michigan, where we've seen a significant decline over the past decade of people who are going on to earn a college education. Where I think GRCC can be very helpful in those conversations is number one, we have tremendous resources here like the Grand Rapids Promise that's available to anyone living within the Grand Rapids Public School District. There's the money that the state's putting in. But one of the things that I would also remind folks of is part of that conversation is about student loan debt. And we know about 66% of our students graduate with no student loans. And so that's the amazing thing for community colleges to be able to talk about, is that we serve as that access point, we provide the training, we provide the credential and the degree that leads to higher wages, to better jobs. And we're able to do that at an affordable price and not have our students go into debt. And there's so many support resources here to again, really help students not to have to do that.
absolutely. And that kind of, leads us into our final question, President Lepper. The theme, of course, for the CEO Summit is resiliency in business, being resilient, having that resiliency in life in general. You've obviously experienced it with your, teachers in the past telling you you're not going to go to college, being a first-generation college student. Kind of talk about, just what being resilient means
Well,
to
I
you.
think one of the things that I had the opportunity is that during the pandemic, we all were at home and not doing things, and so I actually enrolled in a class through Florida State University on trauma and resiliency. And really, the fact of the matter is, anyone who lived through COVID lived through a traumatic experience, and so we're all dealing with that process of being resilient and having to find ways to be resilient. And so I think, for me, that part of that is reflecting upon the experience, identifying what happened and what is the root of that, and then knowing how to grow and reflect and really heal, but knowing that you have a community and people around you to support you and help you through that process. And that's, again, part of what I think that we have an opportunity to do at GRCC, because of our small class size, the personal attention that our students get, and the relationships that we're able to establish.
Absolutely. All right, fantastic. So, President Lepper, again, thank you so much for
Thank
stopping
you.
by the live
Thank you
desk
for having
today.
me.
Really do appreciate it. Yeah, of course. Enjoy the rest of the
Thank you.
CEO Summit. And I want to thank everybody else for tuning into this latest edition of the Wood TV Live Desk. We'll be back just a few short moments with yet another interview at the 2023 West Michigan CEO Summit.